We're here to talk about program committees. Our goal last year,
Thank you.
we had 17 people come and every person joined the committee last year, so no pressure, okay? But that's true, right? Every person left. Okay, so here's some of the top reasons to join the chamber committee. It's a great way to build relationships. You come to luncheons, you come to coffee in the park. And those are bigger groups, like 25 to 200 at luncheons. But the thing about committees is you're gonna have between 5 and 8 people. And it's a great way to really get to know people at a much deeper level. You may do business with them, but what ends up happening is you form friendships with people. And when you build the trust and you have that friendship, then you're gonna really do business together. That's the goal of the committee from a relationship side. 2, you get to influence what the chamber actually does. The 3 of us, there's so much work here, but we don't have the budget to hire more folks. Our nonprofit people here, small business, know what that's like. There's only so many hats you can wear, so the goal of committees for us is to clone ourselves and to have more Ginas and Shastas and Brians to help us do the work so we can scale what the chamber does across our community to help it grow. Boost your visibility and credibility. It's a great way from the business side for you to find donors, educate and aware people about what your mission is. Maybe volunteers as well because you built that friendship. From the business side, it's a great way, you know, if you're selling Mary Kay and you're getting a relationship with these people through the committees, it's a great way to get customers as well, to get exposure. You're like, oh really? You want to sell your house? Well, I happen to be a realtor. Let me help you with that. So those are the natural connections that happen. Also, that also encapsulates the business opportunities. But really, overall, what it really does is you're making an impact on our community. You're helping businesses, but behind the businesses are people and their families. So that's what the chamber does, is we help people on all those spheres. Okay. This isn't gonna look good on this, but this isn't working. Okay, committee logistics. Most committees meet monthly. Are there any committees that don't meet monthly? I don't think so, okay. Some may take a break in December, or maybe some committees don't meet in July because of vacations, but typically every month we're meeting. And they're always, not always, but a majority of time in person. I'm not much on virtual stuff because when you have to manage the virtual and manage the people here, they're having 2 different experiences. And as a staff member, I feel like I can't participate because I'm so worried about the technology stuff. So we really like to focus on in-person meetings because the best connections and conversations happen when you're face-to-face with people. And there's a disconnect with virtual. So time commitments, usually 2 to 3 hours a month. You may have a 1 to 1.5 hour meeting monthly, but then there's also work 1 hour to 2 hours beyond that happen to actually do the committee work. So at the committees, you come up with a plan and then you execute the plan, those responsibilities in that other 1 or 2 hours. So it's not a big time commitment. All the meetings take place at the chambers. Sometimes emerging leaders will meet at a restaurant or a bar. We're gonna try to shift more meetings. What I'd like to do, like with board meetings, is not have them all here. We're trying to shift to have board meetings maybe to be patrons of restaurants or even, you know, real estate offices, just to get exposure for our chamber members and just kind of change up the environment a little bit. There's always a staff liaison and a board member. We're gonna have to bring Donnie on the board since he's chairing the committee.
You know,
Amber will help me with that. So other than Donnie, every chair of each committee serves on the board of directors. And we like to do that just to make sure there's a connection, so you're gonna be getting a call from me in a couple of months to make that connection happen. But we really let our committees just kind of create what they wanna do. I don't like to control any of it. We already have a lot of work on our plates, so we're like, if you wanna go for it, we trust you. Implement this plan, but we will talk about budgets and resources and what do you need from the chamber side to make this plan happen. too. Okay. Finance Committee, Brian Shepard is not here. He's the CFO at HCA Clear Lake. This is another great way to connect, is when you have somebody like that, and you're in real estate, or you're a nonprofit, or you do communications, and you're on a committee, you have a really good connection point with somebody who's an influencer in the community, and you build that relationship, and you can make an ask that you have access to people that can help you with certain things. So the Finance Committee is basically helping the chamber and our staff with financial oversight. Being the CFO of a big hospital, that's one of the reasons that we chose him as our chair. But over the last 2 years, we've really looked at the GL. We have it printed for every board meeting. Brian's gonna help us put our budget together. This group helps us see things that we don't see. But then also, the oversight, the financial policies and procedures, making sure that we're in alignment with accounting principles and that we're doing everything right. That's so important for any business, but especially a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Change out the batteries. Okay, now the nonprofit committee, I will hand it over to Donnie, if you wouldn't mind kind of telling us what you guys do.
Yeah, so good morning again, everyone. So every month, except for this month.
We met with our group.
Yeah. Occasionally I have issues with my Outlook calendar, but so interestingly enough, I was talking with Amber sitting next to me, and every month our nonprofit committee gets together, and last month we kind of shook it up a little bit, where we had a little bit of an icebreaker, a little bit of fun, but we also usually focus on what are the needs for the agency. We always share resources for what support is available, what things have worked for us that we can apply to other agencies to help them. And one of the coolest things was at the last meeting, not the one that was Tuesday, I asked everyone that was here, what's one of the best things about being a chamber member? And we actually had one of our nonprofit members say that they had kind of a wish list of items or their goal for the whole year. And the person sitting next to her at the nonprofit committee helped her to achieve all of those goals. So I said, what else can we do to help you? And she's like, I'm good. Everything that I needed has already been done. And testimonial 2.0, like honestly, that was great. But so a lot of the time when we get together, the nonprofit committee is us lifting up each other. And the goal moving forward is to kind of allow the nonprofit mission to permeate some of the other committees, but also a lot of the other members, so that the other members see the value of our nonprofit. But nonprofit by no means means pity. It doesn't mean less valuable. It doesn't mean less business oriented or business like. We want to see the value of the nonprofits in our community, and then kind of form a mutually beneficial relationship with for-profit businesses that operate in our area. We advocate for each other every month. I mean, to be able to listen to some of the meetings and hear some of the success stories that came directly from this room, and challenges or questions that were posed and answers that were given, it's incredible. It would inspire you, it would fill your cup. We connect with opportunities for the business community that overlap. So not only is it the nonprofits that need something, some of the nonprofits have the ability to help support in other ways, whether it's volunteering or promoting, or really the sky's the limit for what nonprofit services and team members can offer our for-profit members. Authority, we can pretty much do a lot within the confines of this room, but also in our community. Policies affecting nonprofit members. Obviously, nonprofit members get a slightly reduced rate for nonprofit membership, but you'll hear it all the time. What you get into to the chamber, what you put into it is what you can get out of it. And so we want more activity. We want for-profit members and nonprofit members attending everything that they can, so that they can, at the end of the day, they can say, well, I really feel like my value is being maximized and 10x'd. And then we report. Shasta is our point of contact, so a lot of the times I'll share notes with her, requests, questions, things that people have brought up that I couldn't answer, and she's very fast about it. She even runs the meetings. When the chairperson doesn't show up to the meeting, she is fully capable of running them. But then, yeah, so basically it's just, we're gonna work on a nonprofit kind of a wish list of not just please give us money, or in my case, money, furniture, time, resources, whatever. We wanna find a wish list of items that throughout the year our other members, and I won't say for-profit or nonprofit, but our other members can supplement, because there will be a mutually beneficial opportunity there. And that is what we do.
Great, thank you, Donnie.
Yes, sir,
Appreciate that.
thank you.
And one thing you said about Shasta, one thing we're gonna implement this year is, you may not know, we wanna have a co-chair for each committee. In case Donnie can't make it or Amber can't make it, you've got somebody that you can depend on that can run the meeting and make sure the minutes are captured. Because the minutes are sent, they send them to me, and I put them in the board packet so that we update the board. Here's what's going on with our committees. So thank you. Membership growth. This is my favorite committee because this is really about sustainability. This is the only way really that the chamber is going to sustain consistently, is that residual income that comes from annual membership. So this committee's fun because we're creative. We're just trying some new strategies like the block parties to try to drive membership. One of the things we're working on now is we know that there are 1,700 businesses in League City based on tax records. About 500 are members of the chamber. So I'm always thinking, why aren't the other 1,200 members? So we're doing these block parties. Beth is handing out a ton of postcards. They're sponsors for the one next week on the 10th at the Vibe at 4:30. Please come join us. But there are 185 businesses, who knew, from Clear Creek High School all the way to 2094. We go to a lot of them, like Jackie's and Galveston Bay Brewery, but we want to expose what the chamber does to those businesses, because we really think that they should be members and we can help them with their business growth. Diane Burkett, who's the VP of Strategic Initiatives for College of the Mainland, is the chair for this coming year. Another great person to connect with. Com does some great work in the community. So we're really looking to build that community. All these committees that I'm talking about today, that you're talking about, we have openings for members. And you're welcome to serve on more than one committee if you have the time. Key Events Committee, I will hand it over to Gina to talk about that. We have some changes for this coming year versus where we were in 2025.
Yes. So the events committee is gets to have all the fun. Like Brian says, we can drink wine and do stuff like that. We meet on the first Monday of each month at 3:00, and we create events. They also help support, like the Holiday in the Park. We're looking for volunteers. I have a volunteer sign-up sheet if you guys would like to be a part of that. And we decided for 2026 that we are going to have smaller specific event chairs and committees, so that together at the table will have its own specific group of people working on it. The luncheons we kind of handle within our group, but we need help with setup and tear down and stuff like that. Help with getting sponsorships. That's what the support of each committee is, or the events committee is, to get sponsorships for those things. So that's what we're kind of looking for. I'm actually, I think, going to be the chair for that. But like he said, we've got a lot of things going on. So having a strong co-chair, so if I can turn it over and they can help support me in the things that we need. So
Okay, great. And I think we may have a Top Golf.
Top Golf, we're looking for, we've got Top Golf that we're going to need help with. And so if you're interested in that, you don't have to be a golfer. You can just come support and do setup and things like that. So, and then the other big event is Rolling into Chamber Women. So we turned over a couple of two key events for 2026 our Chamber Women handles, and that is our women's luncheon that we do in August, and then we are adding a purse bingo in April that's going to take place. So those will each need its own subcommittees to kind of help support, but we found that the support of the women's group really drives the attendance and drives the sponsorship, so that's why we turn those over to them. And that, we meet on Mondays at 2:00. That one can be virtual or in person. I've just found that some of my ladies, it's easier if they hop on. But I agree with Brian, in person is much easier because I'm technically challenged. And so when I'm trying to figure out how to let people in and still trying to talk during that.
Technologically.
Not
Not technically,
See, I
technologically.
can't even talk.
Big difference.
And technology challenge. So, so that's, but you can join and just do that on a Monday from wherever you're at.
First Monday.
First Monday of each month, with the exception of January. The events and the Chamberwoman will be on the 12th because of the holidays. So, and we meet the Chamberwomen. They help figure out speakers and our vision board. They kind of put that together and they kind of pick and choose what we want to, how we want to carry on those quarterly meetings. So.
Great, thank you, Gina. Okay, I'm gonna hand it over to, let's see, Amber, do you want to talk about emerging leaders?
She made me prepare, so I tried.
Come up here so you're in the.
Alright. But yeah, so I have been on this. Basically, emerging leaders is, and let's start with this. If you have joined the chamber, you've taken a step into improving your business or whatever, you know, whether you're a CEO and owner or you are working with this organization, you are a leader. So if you are a part of the chamber, you're a leader. So we believe everybody is. Our committee is with that mind and focus. As you can see, we help develop, I want to use this, I want to say this. We expand and develop leaders who lead with purpose, engage with intention, and make lasting differences in our community. And so it's, you might be new in leadership. It is not age, it's not exclusive to age. So it says young professionals, and I want to be very clear. It might be
We need to change
just
that.
anybody in leadership, whether you're wanting to level up, whether you are walking into these new roles, whatever it is, we want to meet you where you are at. So our purpose is, and our goals is really to facilitate networking and connections among leaders. We have Lead Forward, and we're going to be continuing that next year. I was actually a part of that class. It is John Maxwell Books. So we put that together. We put events together. Our network events with emerging leaders is Ambition on Tap. You've probably seen that throughout the year. We're going to be more intentional with that next year, which is really exciting. Some icebreakers. It might be leadership focused questions about your business, but in a fun way. So think happy hour with intention. This year in November, we did the food drive, working with nonprofit. Another thing that we're excited about for 2026 is working with the nonprofit committee. We want to see the members, anybody, but the businesses really work alongside and see how we can pour into the nonprofit that we have here. How many nonprofits are
We have
part of
about
the chamber?
40,
We have quite a bit.
quite a big group, yeah.
And we had almost 20 at one meeting
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah.
So we want to partner more closely with the nonprofits, and so we're going to be doing quarterly volunteer days. So these things, this is what we're organizing, this is what we're deciding. Our slogan for volunteer days is lead to serve, because that's what we believe all leaders do, even lead forward. So we'll be graduating, but also at the graduation, we want to talk to those leaders that graduated their first class and say, now your next step is, pour back into the community and serve. So we're going to be mentioning volunteer days. So it's all going to tie into, we are all leaders and part of business. As a business owner, there's other ways that we can lead through the community. But also the education on the business side, we create different opportunities to help you grow as a leader and connect people and resources with you. Did I miss anything?
No, you nailed it.
So-
Great job.
Shasta? No? Okay.
But you reminded me, I need to edit this. This is old copy, because it's not about young professionals. older unprofessional people can come as well. Donnie?
So area professionals.
And that's why the name changed to Emerging Leaders, because we really wanted to capture,
Really, yeah, it's anybody. You can be a
Emerging
leader at
leaders,
any
that's exactly.
stage of your life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wherever you are.
And you may have said this already, but when do y'all meet?
we are monthly, the first Wednesday at 4
4
o'clock. Yeah, I can't get it in my head, I just put it, she tells me, you know,
And you
here's
show
what we
up.
are, and I put it in, yeah. But December, we are not having a meeting this month.
We already had a meeting, it was yesterday.
Or, yes, sorry, we're talking about Ambition on Tap. Ambition on Tap, we're skipping this month, and we'll be doing a food drive and Ambition on Tap in January. So there's some details to jump right in and help us with that.
Great, thank you, appreciate it, Amber. Okay, and I think this is the last one, the governance committee. This is a fun committee. Hank Doogie leads this one. He's a great leader, and he keeps it light and fun and personable. Got some really good folks on it. If you want to join, we have some really good leaders in that group, community leaders. And that group is about, one, helping the chamber. We're working on our 5-star accreditation, which is due next July. We started on that pretty much January of this year. We have to submit it by July. There's only about 10 or 12 chambers in Texas that have 5-star. We were 4-star, but we want to be the best chamber that we can be. So we're working on that. That's one thing you guys can help with if you join the committee. But really the other half is building relationships with elected officials. We have a list of 185 elected officials in Galveston County, and Hank is the perfect one to help us with this. He knows who they are. He has their contact information. Our goal with them is just to make them aware of what the chamber is about and how we can help local business, which drives the economy here in Galveston County. The other piece of that is this group helps with our advocacy day. Every 2 years, Galveston County Day, we had about 150 people get on 3 of your buses in early April, and we went to the Capitol for the day. And we all had our advocacy sheets, what are the priorities for Galveston County? And in groups of 3 to 5, we met with 165 legislators. You only have like 5 minutes with each one, but it was a great way to spread the word to legislation here in Texas and say, here's what we are advocating for Galveston County. Great lunch, party at the end, and then you just get on the bus and come back. So we'll do that, it'll be next year, but it was a really great day.
So we officially, it's gonna be on the calendar? I've been waiting for that.
It's
Not yet.
2027.
Oh,
2027, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's 2 years later. Okay, so which committees are you interested in? You don't have to answer the question out loud, but think about it. We really would love for everyone here today to join a committee, at least one. You're welcome to join. We have folks that are on 3 or 4 different committees. And they just, like you always say, like we say, you put in a lot and you're gonna get out a lot. If you don't come to events and you don't show up, your chamber membership is probably not worth the investment. So we really focus on that. Okay, Q&A, any questions overall about committees before we kind of break up into our next step is signing up for committees. Any overall questions about it, Amari?
I just want to check in, Gina, the subcommittees for the events, do you have a list of those?
Of the, what events that you're gonna sub out.
Which events you've split out from the events committee and